And I think we have an announcement from Patty. Let me get her up so you can see her. Okay, Patty.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Donna. Appreciate this opportunity, and on behalf of Outreach, to give you an announcement about an activity that we have going on currently and that will continue for the next 2 weeks. And it gives us all the opportunity to show compassion and action through activities that benefit others. And so we are continuing our effort to collect essential personal care items. And these will be used to create what our goal is, 25, what we're calling We Care kits. And these kits will benefit our neighbors that are experiencing homelessness. So you may have seen in this week, our announcement that goes out once a week, this poster that tells a lot about the event. And so including on the poster a long list of all of the things that we're hoping to collect and include in the kit. And so what do we need? We're looking for personal care items. So immediately you're going to think toothpaste and hairbrush, and all of those are definitely the right things. But our top 5 things that we need are, number 1, socks, nice warm ones to help keep people warm. We need nail clippers. We're looking for bandages, and particularly the larger ones that can help to use with blisters. We're looking for lip balm and for hand and body lotion. And the travel size tubes or little bottles are just perfect. They will work really, really well. So please try to avoid liquid things like mouthwash or perfumes and that kind of thing. But to concentrate on these 5 things would really be helpful. Again, socks, nails, clippers, bandages, lip balm, and hand and body lotion, or anything else that's on that list. And where do you put them? Well, you can add them to our donation bin, which is located right outside the Kadampa Center's front door. There's a nice bin there. You can pop them right in there. And so how are we going to distribute these We Care kits? Well, we're going to distribute them in backpacks that have been gently used and also donated. And they're going to be distributed by Oak City Cares, which is a local group that works right here in our area that supports neighbors that are experiencing homelessness. So all donations will benefit neighbors in need, and we thank you so much for your help and participation. Thanks, Donna.
Question for you. If we live out of town, is there a way we can participate?
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Normally, when we're doing collections, we ask for collections of the items themselves that kind of have you actually take action and get the item and bring it and deposit it and add to the collection. If you're living away from where the center is at, I would just recommend that you do something similar that might spur you into action in your own local area to help people.
I can do both.
You can do both. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Great, this is great.
Thank you.
And I'd be happy to pick up some items for you and deliver them to the center if that's of benefit.
Oh, I'd love that. I can PayPal you because it has to be my offering. It has to
Sure.
be right.
Okay.
You know what? Ani Lamo there or Kondo or any of the other nuns, they have my email and
Perfect.
they can give it to you and we can exchange info. Okay.
Perfect. Glad to do that.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel part of the community there, even though I'm 5 hours away. So.
Well, we feel you are, so that's good.
Yeah.
And Karen, thank you so much for that generous offer. That was so nice. And I know Elise and I are here too, if there's anything that we can do to help. But to get the items added to the collection, to make our beautiful care kits, we're really excited about.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Karen, everybody, I already texted Tenzin Lamo that I will take care of it for her. Okay? So if that works for everybody, I'm happy to do it. Bye.
Geshe Gellick is here. Geshe, you appear to have come in without sound. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Geshe. It looks like you don't have your microphone even operative. Now your microphone is turned off. There we go.
Ya la mula. Prayer.
Let's see. Okay, let's start with by reciting Shakyamuni Buddha's mantra 3 times. Te ata mune mune maha munaye soha. Te ata mune mune maha munaye soha. Te ata mune mune maha munaye soha. Now the verse of praise and mantra for Medicine Buddha. Bhagawan with equal compassion for all, whose name, when merely heard, dispels the suffering of the low realms, dispeller of disease and the 3 poisons, I prostrate to Medicine Buddha, lapis light. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, radza samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, radza samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, radza samugate soha. Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Teata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha. Okay, now the four measurables. 3 times. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. Okay, now the verse of praise and the mantra for Chenrezig, the Buddha of Great Compassion. Not veiled by any fault, white in color, whose head a perfect Buddha crowns in light, gazing compassionately at all beings, to you, Chenrezig, all-seeing one, I prostrate. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Now the verse of praise, mantra for Green Tara, the deity of enlightened activity. Tare liberates from cyclic existence. Tutare liberates from all fears. Ture liberates from all sickness. I prostrate to the liberator, Mother Tara. Tare tu re soha. 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 Tare tu re soha.
Sanje choda tsoke chomola chanju palo nane nyalunde dabi chushe chebe sunamje dola penje sanje ando marasho Sanje choda tsoke chomola chanju palo nane nyalunde dabi chushe chebe sunamje Dola Penja Sanjay Barasho. Sanjay Choda Soje Chonamla Chajo Bando Dane Jabsoje Dabe Chushin Jibe Sonam. Dola Penja Sanjay Barasho. Pada la me da me aje omo do de la do chu chu ba jama jama no sa je so lo lo do shi shi de ju ju ba de dara shi je ta be chu ne je ne de shi je la ma la ye ga da lu da ne je ga te ba da me ye ga da do ba pu je do na do ba tam je ke do da be chu de do han ge do je ye so ne ta wa tam je ba be je tam be chu ne de je ba ko do da no cha no yeah, yeah. Good morning, Venerable Alhamdulillah. Good morning, Venerable Tenzin Lamo. Good morning, Venerable Kelsang. Good morning, Nico. Good morning, Kadama Center. Good morning. Good morning, Panditji, Pati. Good morning, Elise. Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, David. Good morning, Jordan Alexander. How are you feeling today? Good morning, Patricia, Patagonia. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Lee. Good morning, Jill. Good morning, Arlene. Good morning, Renee. Good morning, Emily. Good morning, Meredith. Good morning, Felix. Good morning, Anthony. Anthony, so quite busy, so I will probably call tomorrow. Tomorrow, call. Good morning, Hen. Thank you very much for your letter. So you don't need to appear in the video. Good morning, CJ. Good morning, John. Good morning, Jessica. Good morning, Rada Brown. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Susie. Good morning, Marcelo, Fernanda, Marcelo, Patagonia. Good morning, William. Good morning, Condola here. Good morning, everyone, and good morning, anyone watching on YouTube. Good morning. Welcome back to Center Dharma, Sunday Dharma.
Good morning, Geshe-la. There are 3 questions left still from last week. The first one is, in the verse of praise for green Tara, from what fears are we liberated?
Every fear. No? So even though there's 8 set of fears been directly mentioned in the Tara practice, 8 types of fear directly mentioned in Tara practice. Maybe Lamula remember them very well. Lamula, no? Some of them are not relevant because, like in the modern world, so you don't live in jungle, so there's no like tiger, or you are probably not going, more likely you are not going to chased by a tiger. Yes, each and every fear, so all the fear. Because why all fear? Because the Tara is Mother Tara is called like liberator. Helps you to liberate. Once you liberate, you are free from all the fear. Okay, and then, yeah, very good question. Thank you.
Okay. And then there's another question. Equanimity question. Friend, stranger, enemy. How should I state what an enemy is to myself within my equanimity meditation? What is the definition? That is, sentient beings for whom I project my disturbing thoughts.
Oh, so now that question leads back to the four immeasurable prayer or practice. When you say, you start with the loving kindness and compassion. When you practice, so then when you try to practice, then equanimity should come fast. First, equanimity is, there's like a longer version of, for immeasurable practice, longer versions. Practically, I'm not sure it's good news or bad news. Practically, it's like kind of challenge. It's like, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's kind of like challenging because it makes it hard because of the circumstance, our view. This all boils down on like not understanding the true nature of samsara. That makes harder to practice equanimity towards, the being that we consider as our enemy. So that's why Lamrim, in the Lamrim teachings, they kind of teach what is renunciations, how to practice, what it means. So then bodhicitta, it's not like bodhicitta renunciation. It's not like that. Orders like renunciation and bodhicitta. So renunciations only grow or desire, strong desire for liberation or complete freedom from all these complications require deeper understanding of nature of sufferings. Our understanding of suffering doesn't go very deep. Therefore, we are having a hard time to show sympathy, what we call all successful people. We don't think they need our compassion, but everyone who's not liberated from samsara does need compassion, does need help, even though they don't admit. So it's kind of like very profound questions. So bottom line is like not understanding renunciation very clearly, and what is renunciations, how to develop, when you can tell that I develop renunciations, and what is for, in order to have that kind of strong desire to practice. So require, as I said, require understanding, good understanding of nature of samsara. So then, Four Noble Truth. That's why Buddha taught Four Noble Truth, because that's like we don't have to be, I say, feeling bad, looking down on yourself, looking down on other people, feeling bad about yourself, feeling hopeless. Buddha said this is all not necessary, because there's a way out. It's not necessary. Even though you feel like you're trapped, it's just your thought. It's just your projection. It's just your idea. Generally speaking, there is a way out. It's way out. Freedom is available for all of us. All of us. Freedom is available for all of us, regardless of how we look, what culture we live in, available for everyone else. The Buddha wants us to know that liberation is available for everyone. But you need to understand that. So that require to really to understand that from your heart, does require some knowledge, knowledge about what is samsara. So then equanimity, practical equanimity is possible. It is possible. It is possible because your compassion does not, your sympathy, empathy, compassion does not base on what you receive. It's based on what they are going through. Generally speaking, are they content? They are not content. Same like you are not content, they are not content. You can, assuming they are content, that's probably a mistake. That's a mistake. They are not content. They go through uncertainty, it's like you do. They go through uncertainty. And they die like you do. They also die. They get old like you do. So then they also take rebirth again, as like you do. Same thing. So that's what I've been saying. If you, how you show compassion, when you show compassion, when we see somebody going through some difficulties, obvious one, very obvious one, then you feel, you sympathize. But difficult they're going through, generally speaking, for you is not very obvious because your understanding of nature of suffering is not deep. That's why people like successful people, it's hard to generate compassion towards founder of the Amazon, isn't it? It is harder to develop compassion towards Putin, isn't it? Need to analyze because our compassion arises when we witness some sort of difficulties that being gone through. So difficulties that we don't see, like being part of being not being liberated from samsara, for us is not obvious because first of all, you don't understand. We don't understand what they can do. So that kind of leads back to the not understanding of the Four Noble Truth, not understanding the Four Noble Truth. So that's why we are having a hard time developing equanimity towards stranger being that we consider as enemy. So that's what is happening, okay? Or my friend. I'm not saying it's impossible, it is possible, but that's how it's been like I say. Last 2 years because of this virus, you understood the magnitude of the virus. Very dangerous, so contagious, and it's easy to kind of sympathize with a person who's like sick with the virus because you are kind of also you are also being very careful. So that's like example, like once we understand the true nature of suffering, yeah, we are going to be like that. We are going to be very careful about suffering and like suffering of other beings, whether we call stranger, enemies, their suffering is also very obvious to you. So based on that, you develop compassion. So then your compassion becomes like universal compassion. But something that we need to remind ourselves every day, otherwise, once the blue moon, you think like that, it's probably not going to happen. So first, you have to remind yourself suffering, problem, complication of samsara, you have to remind yourself on a daily basis. So then you are aware, at least you are intellectually, you're aware. So somebody is complaining because they are not content. For you, this is very obvious suffering. It's not very hidden. So then you can have some sympathy based on that you understood. or not being liberated from samsara, I understand you are going to have this uncertainties, up and down, not being content, like you kind of understand that. Okay, so of course, first, you try to develop compassion towards loved one, close one. Slowly, you expand that to the stranger. Then slowly, you expand that to enemy. Then eventually, then you visualize all these three beings: loved one, friend, close one, friend, strangers, enemy. Then you just imagine all of them. Then just meditate your feeling towards them. Eventually, it will get better. It will get better, and it will become equal eventually, not right away. In the beginning, even just hearing the name of the person, you get so upset, so angry, even just hearing the name. Then you thought about that, you thought about that again, that based on loving meditations, reminding yourself of the nature of samsara and like the problem of the samsara every day. Slowly, eventually, your attitude kind of shifts a little bit. Now you are not that upset even hearing a name. So now you think, I can see that person. I can see that person face to face. Maybe I can manage my attitude. So then eventually, probably you end up praying for that person that you consider as your enemy. That's very possible. Or maybe when you hear, oh, so and so, like that's your, in your mind, that's your enemy. Somebody say, oh, that person is not being very successful. And you manage to say, good, it is good. It's good, I wish. That's good to know everybody deserves happiness. So I understood that very clearly now. And I can say it's good. It's good things. It's good things, It's good. So I used to have a lot of issues with that person. Based on circumstance. It's not like just based on circumstance. That person did something that you don't like. Based on the circumstance. Now, somebody say, oh, that person is now doing very well. And before somebody say, oh, that person is now not doing well, the risk you may rejoice, oh, that's good, he deserved it. That's not good, that's ignorance. Nobody, everybody deserves. So that's why I say, may all sentient beings have happiness and cause of happiness. What you are saying indirectly, you are like, you want to believe that everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody deserves to be loved. Everybody deserves to be respected, regardless what they believe, what they do. You kind of understood that. So then someone say, oh, she or he is doing very well. You say, okay, good. That's a good thing. So that means your attitude now shifted dramatically over time, not overnight, over time, your attitude shifted. That change is deeply rooted in knowledge. It's not just mere belief. It's deeply rooted in knowledge, meditative experience that you gain by thinking again and again, daily basis thinking or everyday thinking, that allows you to shift your attitude. So equanimity is very possible, but like all my friends, first of all, not understanding that I say, we all need help. Thinking that somebody doesn't deserve help, don't need help, that's ignorance. Not true. It's just your idea, it's not true. Everybody needs help because everybody's struggling. We are continuously going to struggle till we liberate it. So that knowledge is very important to be there and be fresh. Knowledge needs to be there. So then, equanimity is possible. Okay, equanimity. Very good questions. That's why when you have some problem or some argument with someone, we just focus on that the present moment of the problem. What person saying, where our 100% attention is on that. It doesn't. I say, there's what you call, there's no 365 view. When people take photo, what they call 360, how is it?
360 degree.
Yeah, there's no 360. Our view, at that moment, our view does not have 360 degree. Our view has only 1 degree. There's no 360 degree. That means we are not seeing. We are not seeing. You just stuck. You say, how is the color in my house? Person say, sometimes some people are straightforward. They say, oh, it's not good. It hurts. Because you already have answer. What do you want to hear? You want to hear, oh, wonderful, good job. But sometimes you don't get that answer. Sometimes, oh, not good, mistake. That hurts. So then we just stuck on that. We can't see. There's no 360, 360 or 65.
360.
Yeah, there's no 360. There's only one degree. There's no 360. So not just that, unfortunately, not just that, then we hold on. And not knowing it hurts you, not knowing that, not understanding this hurting you and holding on that, then that is not good. No, that's not good for you, not good for anybody. Easy to say, because I'm here, I'm the one who's saying it. You could say the same thing, but practical level is not that easy. But hopefully, very much hoping every single day, moment you see someone, you're very much hoping, that's why you're praying every day, and you're hoping that kind of attitude or view, that you are very much hoping it will sink into your heart. What kind of view, what kind of attitude, what kind of understanding? Oh, Dunga Tamutsame Mideji, according to Lama Chopa, Dunga Tamutsame Midejis. Dela Name, Choshe Mebanis. Oh. Does not want even the slightest, even the tiniest suffering. You, everyone you see, the workplace, in the park, grocery store, bank, gas station, each and every one of them does not want, does not wish even the tiniest suffering. You very much wish that knowledge, that you very much wish, that's why you pray every day, you're reflecting on that every day, you very much wish, minute you see, first thought that rise in your mind is that person does not want any suffering whatsoever. Exactly like you. You don't wish anything. What that person is wishing? Happiness. What you are wishing? Happiness. You very much wish the first thought that pops up when you look at yourself, that you see that you don't want any suffering. So you don't cause any suffering for yourself. You respect that. You value that, you embrace that. Similarly, when you see someone else, you very much wish that first thought that pops up, that person does not want any suffering. That's why we meditate every day. We do lovely meditation, analytical meditation, review meditations, concentration meditations, that you are first, that you're very much hoping that first thought that pops up when you're looking at yourself, you're very much hoping that thought will be something positive. when you look at someone, when you see someone, you very much hope the first thought that pops up, positive. So, and that's the truth. That's truth, not just religion, that's the truth. So you get maximum benefit, you get maximum benefit, you get maximum benefit. The moment you have positive thoughts towards some, the positive thoughts comes with the energy the person will feel right away. If somebody asks you, would you like to be around with the smiley people? Not smelly, smiley people. What do you say? Would you like to be around with the room full of happy people, or would you like to be around the room full of very unhappy people? What's your answer? Yeah, you say, of course you want to be around with the room full of happy people. That clearly shows that you want happiness. That clearly there's nothing wrong. Same, you should not act unreasonably, because there will be negative impact on other people's happiness. The people around you, if they are not happy, more likely, how you're going to be happy? That's almost impossible. You cannot be happy if someone else is not happy. How you can be happy? Does it ever happen in the past? It's happening now that you are very unhappy, or somebody's very unhappy, you are very happy. Does it ever happen? No. If you want to be happy, so make sure that others are happy, because it's important for you. So that's why bodhicitta does, concern for well-being of other sentient beings is the maximum way to get benefit for yourself. Bodhicitta is like altruistic attitudes like sun and moon. So in some cases, it's like the very powerful horse that brings you to happiness. Not just that, it eliminates all the sadness, depression, stress, anxiety, fear. So then Shantideva was wondering why you are not riding that horse. Why you are not riding that horse? Shantideva wondering why you are not riding that horse. Why you are riding the horse that brings you more pain, more suffering, more problems. Always worried about me, always me. So like I say, unreasonable, self-centered attitude, unreasonable, self-centered attitude. It's not the way to bring maximum benefit for yourself. Altruistic attitude is the one is considered as a very powerful horse. It will eliminate all the, as I mentioned, stress, anxiety, fear, all of that, and maximum benefit for yourself. So first we need to understand the renunciation. Okay, so really, in order to practically practice equanimity, we need to understand what is renunciation, what is for. That so then your understanding of suffering goes very deep. So that allows you to practice equanimity. Okay. Otherwise, human nature, unfortunately, we tend to take side. Moment you take a side, you are minimizing the opportunity for your positive thought to rise. You are minimizing the opportunity to your positive thoughts to rise. You are creating the situations to grow your disturbing thought. When your disturbing thought rise based on taking side, or could be team, football team, or basketball team, football team, So that we very much, in America, you very much watch. So then, yeah, so I also witnessed that. One time I was with one of friends. So he asked me to watch American football, which I have no clue. I never, I went to monastery when I was 7 years old. Monastery, there's no football game. So I don't have much knowledge of football games. So that my friend asked me, Vishila, watch. I said, no, I don't understand. And basically, his friend doesn't want to watch. So then I watched with him a little bit, about 5 minutes. Each time his team lose, his friend kind of like cheers up. So you can clearly see that his eyes turning red slowly from here to there. But whole idea is like entertain yourself. You are watching the game, you are thinking that you're entertaining yourself. Basically, you are just developing disturbing thought. And that probably, is that the best way to entertain yourself? Is the best way to have, do you call that fun? Because you are not, you're all kind of like, how you say, yeah, you are kind of like, not angry, but at the deeper level, you're kind of angry because you are taking side. So anyway, so I was put into like the difficult positions. So I'm not really cheering up because then his friend is like cheering up each time his team lose. I can see like that eventually he cannot hold. He said, if you don't watch, please shut up. So like, it's not entertaining because when someone is right next to you kind of stress, it kind of affects your mind too. You can't be, it's very hard to be calm. So it kind of like generate the negative energy that kind of affects you. It's it's kind of hard to tell, oh, don't get upset, it's like that person's already pumped up. So, yeah, so anyway, so renunciations, okay. Question is renunciation. So you are fully capable to learn what is renunciations. If some human can learn, you can learn. Definitely you can learn. And learn, take your time, study and think, will this bring me some good mental quality or not? You don't have to believe. Buddha said very clearly, you don't have to believe out of respect. What you should do, you should read, analyze, till you reach to the aha moment, so then you can accept. Buddha does not want you to believe right away. Said it very clearly. Buddha himself said it very clearly, don't believe what I said out of respect. Down the road, this is not good. That's not good. What you should do, you should read, use your own, this marvelous brain, analyze, put into practice, analyze and see if there's something like worth something for your happiness. When you see, oh, this is good, then take it. Down the road, it's good because you don't take it very lightly. You analyze, you question. Yeah, Buddha encouraged us very much to question, analyze, and accept. That's the best. Yeah, sorry, so much been said. I think it's important to say.
Gessler, there's a follow-up question about equanimity.
Oh.
Does equanimity mean equal love and compassion for friend, enemy, and stranger? Or does it mean equal regard and appreciation of the three types of beings?
Right now, when you visualize, let's say, for example, when you're doing refuge practice, you're supposed to visualize, your enemy and the strangers around you, the right side, or the father figure, including this life father and all the male figure, left side, the mother, and all the female figure. In front, strangers, enemies, behind, distant relatives, you are supposed to visualize all of them and just visualize you are leading all of them to say, refuge prayer. That's what you visualize. So right now, when you visualize, it's not equal. Loved one, stranger, enemy. Your view is not equal. Is that true? Is that true? Your view is not equal. So to make that equal, seeing, moment you see all of these three different types of being that basically your mind projected based on circumstance. I'm not saying because based on nothing. Based on circumstance. And you created these three different beings. You call loved one, stranger, enemy. So then your view, your feeling towards those three beings not equal, right? So we need to make that equal. The moment you say, oh, my friend deserves happiness, stranger deserves happiness, enemy deserves happiness. So then that's equanimity. That's equanimity. Without that, universal compassion is just word. It's just mere word. Universal compassion is just mere word because your attitude towards these three beings is not equal. So that means how you are going to develop compassion towards enemy? How? Impossible, because your attitude is, your feeling is not equal. What I need to equalize my feeling towards these three beings, need to understand nature of samsara. Need to learn more about Four Noble Truth, particularly First Noble Truth. Maybe your understanding of nature of complication, problem, suffering is not going deep enough. That's why you don't see that person you consider as an enemy, you don't see that person deserve a chance to be happy. Makes sense? There's no, feeling is not equal. Okay? Feeling is not equal at the moment. We are not talking about like we are here not talking about happiness, the feeling of happiness, feeling of suffering, feeling of neutral. We are not talking about that neutral, kind of neutral. But even though sounds like neutral, but this is a very different kind of neutrals. So this is like attitude towards these three beings, attitude towards these three beings. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, Gisela, and there was a question that came up last week when we were doing the circumambulation and chanting the Migsema. The question is, when we say Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of non-objectifying compassion, what does non-objectifying compassion mean?
Non-objective is the types of term that use for shunyata. Same thing, no different. Non-objective, there's a literally translation of the word migme tseve. Migme, there's a literally translation of the word migme. Migme, different terms they use for shunyata, because your compassion is powered by realization or maybe deeper understanding of shunyata produce your compassions. Compassion produced by deeper understanding of impermanent. When you look at the Chantakri text, in the very beginning of Chantakri text, enter into the middle way, in the homage part, there are three different types of compassion being mentioned there, three different types. One compassion is powered by or developed by deeper understanding of the shunyata, produce compassion. Another compassion produced by deeper understanding of impermanent. Then general compassion is produced by witnessing being going through visible suffering, or border case suffering that's not very visible, but it's very much there because you are very much aware. Not everybody considers that is a suffering, but for you, that is very much suffering. So that, three types of that. Non-objective, that's like refers to wisdom realizing shunyata. Okay? And then, anybody want to comment? Or we are running out of time. And then, what else, Dumasi? Or you are welcome to contribute if you want to. All the venerable nuns, if you want to add something, please do. Anybody else? No more question there?
One more question, Geshe-la.
Yeah, then please finish.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, there's another question that came up. How does wisdom realize?
Please hurry up, no much time here. Yeah.
Another follow-up on this one. How does wisdom realizing emptiness cause us to become more compassionate?
So there's another very good question. So see, the Lama Tsongkhapa wrote prayers to interdependent texts. Some of you are very familiar with the text. Now that text, main subject is shunyata. Their text is main subject is shunyata. Jigden kuba chinipa, jigden, old. Even like in Tibetan text that talks about millions of different types of world. I think now scientists, they're just wondering, they are like what they call a Milky Way, and they are talking about like millions of universe or world. I'm not sure what they call. So I saw that a little bit kind of interesting one, but for Buddhism, it's not something new. It's not something new. We already talk about millions of universe. That's like thousands of years ago. It's not something new. Quantum physics for Buddhism is not something new. It's not new. It's been there, like it's been in Buddha's teaching thousands of years ago. So now here you talk about multiple universe. It's not something new for us. We always talk about it as Zamling is the world. Chewataja means millions. So the way the scientists put it there, so I kind of like makes me, it's kind of new way of saying, it's not new way of saying, it's not new, it's nothing new. What they say, it's hard to believe. Millions of world, it's hard to believe if you just think we are the only living being among those millions of world. That's what they say. I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting, So that kind of makes you think. But Buddhism is always talk about these millions of, talks about four different types of human realm. It's not just, we are not only human, there are another human, There are many, many other beings. When you make mandala offerings, you see there's like 4 directions, 8 continents, there are living beings there. So now the scientists are talking about multiple universe. For Buddhism, it's nothing new. Quantum physics is nothing new. So anyway, so sorry, that's not the question. Sorry, forgot the question.
The question is, how does wisdom realizing emptiness cause us to become more compassionate?
Oh, okay. So now, according to that Lama Tsongkhapa text, prayers to interdependence. Jigden kuba chinjiba, jigden world. Each and every problems, each and every problem, not just nothing is left out. Each and every problem caused by ignorance. Root cause is ignorance. Who's saying that? Lama Tsongkhapa. What's your job? Analyze. Analyze. Yeah, there's a lot of things to analyze because you went through problems, you went through sufferings. It's not like, oh, I have no idea, I have no clue what suffering. I've never went through sufferings. That's not true. We all went through degrees of sufferings. Lama Tsongkhapa said, because Lama Tsongkhapa experienced emptiness directly, said, all the downside, all the problems caused by ignorance. So now your job, analyze. Analyze. Or thinking someone else deserves suffering, that's ignorance. That's ignorance. There's not wisdom, that's ignorance. Oh, my life has no meaning, or I don't think like I can be ever better. Ignorance. Ignorance. So now time to analyze. That's why Buddha taught, Lama Tsongkhapa said, Buddha taught interdependence. Or dependent origination, interdependence, shunyata. Buddha taught shunyata. Why? Realize root cause. You may think your husband, your wife, your country, somebody else, your neighbor, your communities, your church, your temple, all ignorant. Sorry to say, very sorry to say that, but that's the truth. It's ignorance. Ignorance. So, how to challenge that ignorance? Need to learn interdependence. What is interdependence? What is it? Sometimes they call dependent origination, interdependence, samudra, Panditji, samudra part, what you call interdependent in like Sanskrit.
I'm not familiar with that, Geshe-la.
Okay. So anyway, some of the part or something like, I don't know. So anyway, so that basically refers to shunyata. Shunyata, the way that you meditate on the shunyata, begin with yourself. I, sense of I, notion of I. You can't just go along with that. You need to analyze. You need to analyze. When you say I, like, do you have clear idea what you're referring to? Self, notion of self. Maybe you need to analyze. Maybe the self that you are very familiar is not the self that how it exists. So there's time to analyze. You just sit down, meditate, and going through every part of your body and ask, am I my ear? Am I my eye? Am I my hair? Am I my forehead? Am I my nose? You go through, am I my body, lung, heart, blood, inside everything? You go through one by one, see what you find. In the end, what you find. You are not going to find notion of, you are not going to find self here, but without that, you can't define self. Does not mean you are here. You are not here. Then the body, how is the body? Body is the collection of all this. You are not your body. If you are thinking you are your body, that's ignorance. That's ignorance. So there's a lot of books been written by His Holiness about emptiness. You please read that, because you get maximum benefit because it's not just wrote a book, someone who practice. Someone who practice. Every word His Holiness Dalai Lama said is based on some level of experience. That's why you get benefit, okay? Yeah, so then I think we are running out of time. Yeah. Ninja Children, thank you so very much, Alexander. So even you are not physically feeling well, you're still helping to translate. Oh yeah, so then like Thomas, meditations? Today, what people want to,
Vajrasattva Geshe-la.
how many people? Just one or two?
No, I heard from about 10 people.
Okay, that's good.
Western Vajrasattva.
Okay, then we'll do meditation, meditation today. I will probably guide. Yeah, thank you very much. So Alhamdulillah will say, Venerable Kyasan, thank you very much for your letter. Thank you. So Alhamdulillah will do some dedications. So then take some break, maybe, refresh yourself, then come back. We do Vajrasattva or meditation. Or basically, it's like, if you wonder what is that, that's like purification practice. Okay.
May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain an ocean of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with the mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness, and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may these never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, or as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. The one who mastered his speech at a very young age, the one with great patience, who received the name Avatare, the one with great precision who spread the teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa and Bliss and Void, Lama ornament of the yellow hat tradition, please remain until samsara ends. You uphold the subduer's moral way, who service the bountiful bear of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Majjhima's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplish magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, savor of myself and others, your disciples, please live long. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. So please take a break. Hola, Metra. ¿Cómo está? Yeah, please take a break. So we'll come back after maybe 3 minutes.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Thank you,
Donna.
Geshe-la.
Geshe-la. Thank you, Donna C.
Thank you.
Geshe-la.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Thank you, Kadapa Center.
Thanks, Geshe-la.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Thanks, Donna.
Take break, okay? Maybe. Oh, you didn't go? Yeah, I already went. Oh, good. Did you walk? No. Oh.
We got in the park and I took him out and he sniffed and sniffed and sniffed and sniffed and pooped. And then sniffed and sniffed and sniffed and peed. But I'm like, okay, come on, come on. Nope. I'm like, all right.
Oh, man. We did something. That's one lazy dog.
Right, but they walking.
Yeah. If only we had a dog who would walk.
Geshe-la, this is I found the meaning of you were asking pratitya samutpata.
Oh, yeah, Partitya Samupada. Yeah, that's correct. Partitya.
Yes. Yeah, and the last Wednesday you asked what was gentle in Sanskrit. There's a couple of words. Achand is one word, sushil is another word, mudra is a third word, and they even say sadhu.
Ah, for
All
what?
gentle.
For what?
The word is gentle. In the class when we were talking about
Oh, okay.
the king of prayers, you had asked the word gentle in Sanskrit, and I looked it up, and there's several words used for gentleness.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Panditji. Thank you very much. Wonderful.
Thank you also, because it keeps my vocabulary up. Sometimes I'm so much in the working mode and speaking English, I keep forgetting some of the words, but when you ask, then I can get to it.
Oh, very good. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Oh, yeah. So now I think everybody's back. Yeah, if you don't want to show your face, that's okay. So it's not disrespectful. It's totally your choice. Okay, it's totally up to you. It's your choice.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Not feeling very presentable today, Geshe-la.
Oh,
Thank
so,
you.
oh, yeah. So the brief, the Vajrasattva meditations that I use is composed by Master Dhamma Banza, the Tibetan master called Dhamma Banza, so who is very much involved into writing the Mahamudra teachings based on the Gelugpa traditions. So that's the one I use on daily basis. So there's meditation. So I'm going to guide the Vajrasattva meditation based on that. Okay. So sit comfortably. So sit comfortably. I'm not asking you to sit on the cushions. You sit comfortably wherever you are sitting. Sit comfortable. Make sure there's no comfortable. So then, please, all my friends, try to give 100%. So try to give yourself 100% for these meditations, much as possible. So of course, our visualization is not going to be crystal clear right from the beginning. So just that even just getting a glimpse of image, that's good. So then it move on. Okay. Here, what we are learning, we are trying to understand that you and your action is not one. If you think there's one, that's ignorance. And we are here trying to purify our actions, purify our negative actions. So first, Rangi Chigo, on top of your crown, Rangi Chigo, Pema, visualize lotus, of course, form of light, not something solid, form of light. Top of that, white circle, that's like mundis, white circle. Top of that, syllable whom. White whom. That very whom emerge into Vajra, white Vajra. Vajra bell, white Vajra, standing. Center of that Vajra, also there's small whom, white whom. That white Vajra become Vajra Sattva. If you receive highest yoga tantra initiations. So you can visualize Vajrasattva with consort. If not, so then solitary Vajrasattva, just one. Right hand holding Vajra. Adorned with all the jewelries and the beautiful cloth made out of silk. Sitting full Vajra cross. Again, visualize white hum on the central heart of the Vajrasattva. Center heart of Vajrasattva, visualize white hum. Surrounded by 100-syllable mantra clockwise. Light emit simultaneously from mantra and the letter Hu, white Hu, light emit. The light brings back all the blessing from all the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas from the 10 directions, dissolve back into the mantra and letter Hu. Nectar flows from the mantra and letter, white letter Hum. Nectar flows through your crown chakra. Nectar flows, white nectar like form of liquid like milk flows through your crown chakra. Purify each and every single negative karma, purifying each and every single negative karma, purifying by nectar, form of milk, white, flowing through mantra and letter Hum, purifying all the negative, each and every single negative karma. So now we recite mantra and please maintain their visualizations. Nectar continuously flowing down, form of liquid, white liquid like milk, purifying each and every single negative karma. Please maintain that visualization while you recite the mantra. There's like short version of mantra. If you are not familiar with the 100-syllable mantra, you can also recite the short one. Then eventually it's good to learn the longer one, okay? Recite Lamula first 7 mantra, recite 7 times, then visualize all the negative, each and every negative karma associated with the physical body completely purifies. Next segment 7, all the negative karma, each and every negative karma associated with the speech completely purified. Last 7, purify each and every negative karma associated with the mind, purify. So we recite 21 mantra, 777. After each 7, we pause and visualize that you are physical, first one, physical body, all the negative karma, so the physical body completely purified. Then after the 7 speech, the 3rd mind, okay? Lamala, recite, please.
First, the verse of praise, merely thinking of just your name.
Lamala, now it's no need because we are doing this Vajrasana meditations.
Thank you.
So we just recite the mantra. So that one, the stanza, if you are not doing the meditations, if you just want to recite the mantra, so then you recite the stanza. When you are doing meditations, no need to do that, no need to say. So short mantra is like Om Vajrasata Hum. Om Vajrasata is very short. If you are not familiar with longer one, then you can say Om Vajrasata Hum. Om Vajrasata Hum. Okay, it's quite short. Om Vajra Satava Hum. You can just say Om Vajra Satava Hum. So that's a short one. Or when you hear the mantra, if you don't know how to say, just when you hear the mantra and also visualize, also benefit. Okay, if you don't know how to say both of them, just listen the mantra, then visualize, purify. So.
Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tishta Dido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Me Prayacha Sarva Karma Tutsame Chitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Ashre Mame Mucha Vasha Bhava Maha Samaya Sato Ahum Pe Om Vajra Sato Samaya Manupalaya Vasha Sato Tenopa Tishta Dido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto me bhava sarva siddhi me prayacha sarva karma tsutsa me chitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sarva tathagata Vajre mame mutsa vaja bhava maha samaya sattva ahum pe.
So please make sure that you are not, your visualization is not distracted by reciting mantra. Please maintain the visualizations. Nectars, like form of white liquid, flows from the central heart of Vajrasata Hum, simultaneously with all the mantra, 100-syllable mantras, through your crown chakras, purify. So that visualization needs to be maintained, okay, much as possible.
Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Tishta Dido Mebawa Sudokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Me Prayach sarva karma tutsame chitam shiyam kuruhum ahahaha ho bhagavana sarva tatakat Vajrayamame mutsa vajra bhava mahasamaya sato ahum pe Om Vajra Sato Samaya Manupalaya Vajra Sato Tenopa Tishta Dido Me Bhava Sato Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anurakta Me Bhava Saroi Siddhi Me Prayach Sarva Karma Sutsa Me Jitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ahahaha Ho Bhagavana Sarva Tatakat Vajrayamame Mutsa Vajra Bhava Mahasamaya Sato ahum pe om Vajra sato samaya manupalaya Vajra sato tenopa tishto dido me bhava Suto kayo me bhava supo kayo me bhava Anurakta me bhava sarva siddhi me prayacha Sarva karma sutsa me jitam shriyam kuruhum Ahahaha ho bhagavana sarva tatakat Vajrayamame mutsa vajra bhava mahasamaya sato ahum pe Om Vajra sato samaya manupalaya Vajra sato tenopa tishta dido me bhava Suto kaya me bhava supo kaya me bhava Anurakto me bhava sarva siddhi me prayach Sarva karma tutsa me chitam shriyam kuruhum Ahahaha ho bhagavana sarva tatakat Vajrayamame mutsa vajra bhava mahasamaya Sato ahum pe Om Jata samaya manupalaya Vajra sato tenopa tishta dido me bhava Suto kaya me bhava supo Anurakto me bhava sarva siddhi me prayach Sarva karma sutsa me chitam shriyam kuruhum Ahahaha ho bhagavana sarva tatakat Vajrayamame mutsa vajra bhava mahasamaya Sato
Please visualize that you have all the negative karma associated with the physical body completely purified now.
Om Vajra Sato Samaya Manupalaya Vajra Sato Tenopa Tishta Dido Me Bhava Suto Kaya Me Bhava Supo Kaya Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Me Prayach Sarva Karma Tutsa Me Chitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ahahaha Ho Bhagavana Sarva Tatakat Vajrayamame mutsa vajra bhava mahasamaya Sato ahum pe Om Vajra Sato Samaya Manupalaya Vajra Sato Tenopa Tishta Dido Me Bhava Suto Kaya Me Bhava Supo Kaya Me Bhava Anurakta Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Me Prayach Sarva Karma Sutsa Me Chitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ahahaha ho bhagavana sarva tatakat Vajrayamame mutsa vajra bhava mahasamaya Sato ahum pe Om Vajra Sato Samaya Manupalaya Vajra Sato Tenopa Tishta Dido Me Bhava Suto Kaya Me Bhava Supo Kaya Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Me Prayach Sarva Karma Tutsa Me Chitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ahahaha ho bhagavana sarva tatakat Vajrayamame mutsa vajra bhava mahasamaya Sato ahum pe Om Vajra Sato Samaya Manupalaya Vajra Sato Tenopa Tishta Dido Me Bhava Suto Kaya Me Bhava Supo Kaya Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Me Prayach Sarva Karma Tutsa Me Chitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ahahaha ho bhagavana sarva tatakat Vajrayamame mutsa vajra bhava mahasamaya Sato ahum pe Om Vajasato Samaya Manupalaya Vajasato Tenopa Tishtadido Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Saraside Meprayacha Sara Karma Sutsame Chitam Shiyam Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavana Sarvatata Vajramame Muncha Vaja Bhava Maha Samaya Sato Ahumpe Om Vaja Sato Samaya Manupalaya Vaja Sato Tenapa Dishtadido Mebawa Sudokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarva Sede Meprayacha Sarva Karma Tutsame Chitam Shiyam Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavana Sarva Tatakat Vajramame Moshe Vajabhava Mahasamaya Sato Ahumpe Om Vajasato Samaya Manupalaya Vajasato Tenopa Tishtadido Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarvaside Meprayacha Sarva Karma Sutsame Chitam Shri Gurum Ahaha ho Bhagavana Sarva Tatakat Vajramame Moshe Vajabhava Mahasamaya Sato Ahumpe.
Oh yeah, so now deep down from your heart, please visualize all the negative karma that is associated with the speech completely purified. Now the last leg of recitations.
Om Vajasato Samaya Manupalaya Vajasato Tenopa Tishtadido Mebawa Stokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarvaside Meprayach Sarva Karma Sutsame Chitam Shiyam Kuruhum Ahaha ho Bhagavana Sarva Tatakat Vajramame Mutsa Vajabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahumpe Om Vajasato Samaya Manupalaya Vajasvatva Tenopa Tishtadido Mebawa Sudokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarvaside Meprayach Sarva Karma Sutsame Chitam Shiyam Kuruhum Ahaha ho Bhagavana Sarva Tatakat Vajramame Moshe Vajabhava Mahasamaya Sato Ahumpe Om Vajasato Samaya Manupalaya Vajasvatva Tenopa Tishtadido Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarvaside Meprayacha Sarva Karma Sutsame Chitam Shiyam Kuruhum Ahaha ho Bhagavana Sarva Tatakat Vajramame Mutsa Vajabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahumpe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Tishtadido Mebawa Sukaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarvaside Mepayacha Sarva Karma Sutsame Chitam Shiyam Kuruhum Ahaha ho Bhagavana Sarva Tatakat Vajramame Moshe Vajabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahumpe Om Vajasato Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasato Tenopa Tishtadido Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarvaside Meprayach Sarva Karma Sutsame Chitam Shiyam Kuruhum Ahaha ho Bhagavana Sarva Tatakat Vajramame Moshe Vajabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahumpe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasato Tenopa Tishtadido Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarvaside Meprayach Sarva Karma Sutsame Chitam Shiyam Kuruhum Ahaha ho Bhagavana Sarva Tatakat Vajramame Moshe Vajabhava Mahasamaya Sato Ahumpe Om Vajrasato Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasato Tenupa Tishtadido Mebawa Satokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarosidi Meprayach Sarvar Karma Tsutame Chitam Shriya Kuruhum Aha ha ha ho Bhagawana Sarva Tatakat Vajre Mame Mutsa Vajrapa Maha Samaya Sato Ahunte.
So now, all the negative karma associated with the mind is completely purified. And not just that, so like negative karma created by, created unintentionally created and created not knowing that negative, negatives, not knowing there's something negatives. So then broken vows, broken samaya, all of that completely purify. Some cases you can also visualize the Buddha Vajrasattva calls your name, oh my child, all the negative karma since from beginningless time to till now been completely purified. So just imagine that Buddha Vajrasattva calling your name, oh my child, all the negative karma from since from beginningless time completely purified. Okay, just you can visualize that deep down from your heart into the mantra recitations. So now you are seeing the Buddha Bhairava, and here the practice that I use, and right after the mantra recitations, it says that you have deep down from your heart, you are calling Buddha Vajrasattva, please pay attention to me, Lama Doji Sempo Gonsosos. Please pay attention to me. Take Tomenesa. All the negative karma, since from beginningless time to till now, purify now means without moment of delay. So right now, purify them right now. So then visualize that Buddha Vajrasattva accept your request. Then that very Vajrasattva that you are visualizing on your crown chakra dissolve into yourself. If you receive initiations, that the Buddha Vajrasattva, the very Buddha Vajrasattva you are visualizing on your crown chakra dissolve into your heart through your central channels. Dissolve. Right after the Buddha Vajrasattva accept your request, that you are requesting that all the negative karma purify right now, that request has been accepted, then immediately after that, Buddha Vajrasattva, if you have initiation, dissolve through your crown chakra, through central channels, all the way to your heart chakra. That's where everything, that's where the life begins, that's where the life is going to end, then dissolve into there. So then light, so now the light emit from your heart chakra. So then moment the light touch all the being that if you have been visualizing around you, so moment that those beings touched by their light, completely purified, they have negative karma. Right now, completely purified. Then lead all of them, not just purify, then lead all of them to the enlightenment state. So that now complete the shortest, probably this is probably shortest Vajrasattva practice composed by Master Dhamma Banza, who is one of very important masters, like teaching of Mahamudra in Gelugpa traditions, very important master. Managed to become enlightened in very short lifetimes. One of Lama Tsongkhapa's main disciples, there are many of them managed to achieve enlightenment in very this lifetime. So the great yogi, Dhamma Banza, is one of them. One of them managed to achieve enlightenment in very this lifetime. So he's the one who composed this short practice to help us. So sometimes the elaborate practice is hard to remember. So this is very easy to remember, so easy to do. So that's what I use every day. So I hope it will have some benefit for you. Yeah, so now that completed the Vajrasattva meditations. So now your body, your life, basically your life become the crystal clear glass. What it really means, it means the feeling. You could say guilt. Imagine your life become free from that. Even though memory is there, so memory is there, but that memory does not generate guilt. So that feeling of guilt is completely root out. For the sake of the purpose of practice, you have to think different from your, that's completely gone. But if not, practically, if not, minimize, okay, reduce. For the sake of the practice, that you have to think, and you must think that your body become crystal clear. What that means, your life become free from that. Okay. So then, beautiful thing about purification practices, in the end, instead of you're feeling bad, remembering some negativities, you feel good because you've done something for that feeling. So that's why you feel good. Then thinking something negative, out of negative mindset, doing nothing, that's not skillful way. Thinking something negativity, out of positive mindset, then doing something positive. So that's why you feel, in the end, you feel better than bad. Okay. So we will do this meditation maybe next few Sundays. So then I hope that you learn, so just to get the idea, even though you don't remember every single word, just to get the idea. Oh, I have to visualize here, lotus, toward the moon, this, then toward the I visualize Vajrasattva, the Vajra, white Vajra. So they merge into the Vajrasattva. So then just get the idea. Even though you don't remember every single word, it's okay. Just get the idea. So then when you have all the idea here, then you can do wherever you go. You don't need to bring book. You can just sit there. Okay, and thank you very much for your interest to this Vajrasattva practice. And I wish you a very wonderful Sunday and see you next Sunday. Okay?
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you, Lama.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Geshe-la.
Geshe-la.
Thank you, Lala.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
So into the we will like
you, Lala.
Monday maybe